Hello everyone, my name is Phan and I'm a research fellow at the Alfred Deakin Institute for Citizenship and Globalisation. I'm also the program coordinator for Deakin's Science and Society Network, and I'm here to show you how to stream a Zoom seminar to YouTube Live. So there are a few things you need to get started. The first is access to a verified YouTube channel, which is very easy to make if you don't already have one. The verification process usually just involves entering your phone number and receiving a verification code. Once you've entered your code, it takes about 24 hours for your channel to be ready to start streaming. The second thing you need to do is to enable live custom streaming on your Zoom account. To do this, go to zoom.us in your browser and sign in. Today I'm demonstrating using the Science and Society Networks account. Go to Settings. Scroll down till you see In Meeting Advanced. And then from there, you keep scrolling until you see the option to allow live streaming meetings. And click on that. And make sure you click Custom Live Streaming Service and YouTube. So once that's all done, you're ready to start streaming. So there's 3 basic steps to follow. The first is to create a live stream event in YouTube. The second is to link that event to a Zoom meeting. And finally, you launch your meeting and begin streaming your event. And I'll show you what that looks like. So here I am in YouTube, I'm signed in. I go into Create, I click Go Live. And this will take me to my YouTube live streaming studio. And what I'm going to do is to create a test stream just for today. So I schedule a stream, I go create new, put any title you wish, make it public, add a description. You can change the date if you want it to be a stream that's scheduled for a later date and time as well. You can upload a custom thumbnail. Make sure whatever you do, you click No, it's not made for kids, otherwise you won't be able to have a live chat accompanying your stream. Once that's all ready, you click Create Stream. And that's the first step done. There's your live stream ready to be linked to your Zoom profile. So from here, go back to Zoom, create a meeting. And again, I'll just schedule a test meeting. And save. And once that's saved, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see there's an option for live streaming. Click on that live streaming option and you'll see it asks for you to configure live stream settings. So you click your live stream settings and this is where you start to link your YouTube live stream to your Zoom account. So here you'll need details. So go back to your live stream. You'll need the shareable link, the URL. That goes in live streaming page URL. To get the other details, you go into the live stream itself. I'll need the stream URL. And I'll also need my stream key. And I'll save that. And that's linked and ready to go. So this is now the last step in your process. So once you're ready to stream, open up Zoom, the Zoom app in your computer, start the meeting. And once the meeting is ready to go, you can click More, and you'll see the option there to go live on custom live streaming service. And because this meeting is already linked, it should, once you click it, automatically link to YouTube. So this just takes a couple of minutes. And here is what the audience sees. So here we haven't gone live yet, so that's still on a little holding page. And here we're behind the scenes in the YouTube studio. And there we are. Your event is now linked to YouTube Live. So important things to note is that this isn't going live just yet, and it won't until I click this Go Live button. And it takes usually, there's a little bit of a delay between, you can see there's a delay between the Zoom meeting that's happening here and what's actually happening in YouTube here. There's about a 20-second delay there. But there's also a short delay between when you click live and when it actually goes live. And the same is true for when you finish filming as well. There's a short delay between you click end stream and when the stream actually ends. So that's basically what you need to know. And in here you can also see analytics, who's watching. I can see a few people looking at the screen right now, even though we're not streaming anything. You can see how many likes there are. You can see how healthy your stream is, and you can post comments to the audience here. So those are the basic steps onto how to link a Zoom seminar to YouTube Live. Before I finish off though, I just wanted to leave you with a few notes as to what kind of events work best for YouTube Live. So in my experience, this model works really well for really large public events. So events where there's an open registration process, we use Eventbrite to create a registration portal, which we then can email the YouTube link to everyone who registers. It's great for audiences outside of academia or audiences outside of your institution. And it's really great because you can record, or YouTube lets you automatically record and automatically uploads the live stream to your YouTube channel, and it allows people to watch back later. So it's great for things like public lectures or panel events, seminars in a seminar series, seminars that are intended for non-academic audiences, and so on. It's not ideal really for small or intimate audiences, anything that might have sensitive material or conversations that are sort of best had between a small group. It's also not great for any events where you want a lot of dialogue between presenter and audience. So the way we run it at the SSN is to have one person who moderates the discussion on YouTube and one person who is the chair and moderates the discussion in Zoom. And usually the person moderating on YouTube will feed the audience comments and questions from the YouTube live chat into the Zoom chat, where the chair will then field those questions to the panel, which is a little bit of a cumbersome process, but it does work if you have good communication between the two chairs. So it's not great for things like reading groups or interactive workshops, things where people really need to have a lot of interaction. It's good for sort of one-way, posting of comments and that kind of thing. And the last few things I want to say is that there are the pros of using YouTube Live. It's really good at protecting seminars and the speakers from interruptions. So things like Zoom bombing, it means that you can lock your Zoom meeting, you can make for a waiting room, so that people who want to interrupt your thing can't come in and do that. It also stops well-meaning audience members from interrupting, so things like if people's mics are not on mute, that's not a problem here. As I said before, it lets you instantly record and archive the event. YouTube's also very easy and free service, if you, of course, don't count all the sort of data that's being handed over when you create an account. But most people know how to use YouTube as a service, so there's not a lot of additional training, there's no downloading of external software and so on. And the analytics are really great. So once you've finished live streaming, you can go back and see who's watching, well, not who's watching, you can see how many people are watching, you can see for how long, and you can see sort of over what time periods in what countries and that kind of thing. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.